Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we have the new release from Nomad Cosmetics. They just revealed their newest addition to their collection. This is the Cruise. If you don't know much about Nomad Cosmetics, they do destination-based. This usually includes palettes and sometimes accessories that are associated with destinations around the world where they have visited. One of the great things they do is that everywhere they visit, a portion of the sales from their collection goes to some charity in that location. Today, we have their newest release, which is the Nomad Cruise Collection. With every package, they send you a nice postcard. I'm going to read this to you. This postcard says, "Our cruise collection invites you into a dream of a sun-kissed freedom, where the breeze is warm, water endless, and time drifts by. Sailing between busy ports and quiet coves, life on board unfolds in slow mornings, sun-drenched afternoons, and sparkling evenings. This is a voyage through color, shimmer, and unforgettable memories. Drifting, but never lost." The collection has magnetic palettes, which you can mix and match. The first one is the Aurora Cruise Shimmer Palette. This 15 radiant shimmers and dual combs that are inspired by glittering coastlines, shifting seas, and dancing lights of the horizon. And this is it right here. And as you can see, they were telling the absolute truth. Just look at these beautiful colors. You have a rainbow of pinks, oranges, greens, purples that are just so sparkly and dimensional. Is our Coastal Cruise Matte Palette. This is 15 luxurious and velvety mattes, inspired by nautical tones, natural hues, and coastal colors. You can definitely see all the different options you have here. Just this beautiful array of neutral tones. We have blues, slightly mauves, light greens, grays. So you can make a plethora of looks and using that palette, which I'm sure you can use alone or of course in conjunction with the shimmers. Next, we have the Sunrise and Sunset Cruise Gradient Highlighters. These are 2 gradient duochrome highlighters featuring rosy hues of the sunrise and golden bronzes of the sunset. So the first one is Sunrise Cruise. And this is the one that has the rosy hues, which they are mentioning. You can swatch from any of these sections right here, or you could move it all together to get a nice combination of colors. So here are 4 swatches from each area. And I swatch them on the back of my hand. You can see, just look at that shift. Oh, it's so pretty. Now you can also mix them all together and get, ooh, look at that. Pretty pink look to it. It's so pretty. I see sparkles of pink and purple. Love it. Next is the Sunset highlighter. This one, you can see the more greens and bronzy tones. So you see the bronze over here, kind of going to a green and then lighter colors. So that's what it looks like swatched from each section. And you can see what those look like swatched. Oh, look at that. So now I will swatch from the entire thing, kind of mixing everything together, and we can see that bronzy green shift. The cause that they are donating to this time is the Ocean Conservancy and their work to keep our oceans clean and healthy. And a message from the brand: all aboard! Voyage with us to follow endless horizons, drift through crystalline waters, and bask in magical moments at sea. We hope our cruise collection invites you to explore and discover new nautical favorites. Thank you for sailing with us, Felicia and MT, Nomad Cosmetics. So after looking at all the options, I think I'm going to do, and those who know me best will not be shocked, a green inspired look. But I'm going to add some oranges, I think, and yellow as well. So we're going to start with the matte palette. And I will be using this shade. Then I'm going into this shade, and then finishing up with that shade. I was so excited when I opened this package and saw the items in it and the theme. I love cruising. My best friend and I went on our first cruise right after finishing school. It was a Caribbean cruise. As I recall, I think it was about a 5-day, and we left out of Florida and we went to the Bahamas. And let me just tell you, it was such a fun trip. We were so excited. Now, we had just finished school, so the trip was not very expensive. We were in the bottom of the boat, probably right next to the engine. We had no window, so we couldn't see out. And it was very tiny. I think if you tried to turn too much, we probably would have fallen out of the room. The two beds were right next to each other. So there was just enough space for you to get out to walk in between. But other than that, not much more. However, we were fine with that because he was going to stay in the room. The next color I'm going to use is this one right here, and that's Driftwood. After I finish with that, I'm probably going to go in with a little of Coastal Fog and then darken that out with Ocean Depths. So while we were on the trip, we decided, okay, well, room's not very big, but we had no plans to stay in it anyway. And we had decided we were going to do everything we could on that boat. That means we went to the on-ship art museum. We played shuffleboard. We went to the bingo. I did the dance class they had where I was the oldest person, probably by at least 8 years. So if you imagine, at that time I was in my 20s, probably my upper 20s. And most of the people in the class were under the age of probably 12. So you can imagine, I kind of towered over everybody while we were dancing to Austin Powers. I remember that. But I appreciate my best friend. While the other people had parents in the audience, I had her sit there playing video games, but she was there, and that's the important part. At bingo, it was kind of the reverse. We were the youngest people in the room. However, I believe the lady I was sitting next to, for some reason I thought her name was Mildred. We had a great time. She won more than I did, but it was a blast getting to talk to her. We went to the casino on board, but I will tell you, we are not very adventurous and not people who like to risk a lot of things. Not going to lose a lot of money. So we went and played the penny slots. And of course, while we were playing the penny slot, we took a picture so people know we did it. And in playing the penny slot, I remember I won, I think about $13, and I think she won about $7, $8. Well, after we won, we went to cash out. I remember the guy at the desk looking at us like, y'all finished? Y'all finished? like, yep, we're done. He was like, so you really want to cash out this small amount of money? Why, yes, we do. He couldn't believe it. He said, okay, y'all will be back. We never came back. We had our moment, we had our picture, checkbox, we were finished. One thing I really enjoyed were the excursions. So we got to get off the ship in the Bahamas and, go shopping. You could hang out on the beach if you wanted to. They had some tours, catamaran boats, things of that nature. All those things were fun. Oh, look at this pigmentation in this. Oh, this is so pretty. I will say I love Nomad's mattes. They do a great job. They're so easy to blend and very pigmented. So one of the best things on the trip was being able to go dancing. I love to dance. It's one of my favorite things to do. I've been dancing for many years. I've even danced at halftimes at pro basketball games. I used to be on the dance squad when I was in high school. So dancing is in my blood. Also took classes and was on the competition team for about 13 years. So dancing is my thing. So if there is a dance floor available, I'm going to be on it. So I remember the first night we went out, and of course they have little clubs on the ship. So they have some for the teenagers, so they can hang out without adults, which is great. And then they had, of course, the regular clubs for, us more mature folks, I'll put it that way. And at night, they would sometimes have live music. Well, one night, they were playing Michael Jackson songs. And once those came on, I had to hit the dance floor. So I was out there doing the Thriller dance and doing all the moves. And it was funny because there were two different dance floors. So there was one where the live band was and one where they played music. So we were in the room with the live band, and I was one of the first people to go out there and start dancing. Got some other folks to come out and dance. Great thing. Then, after, like I said, they started playing the Michael Jackson in the other room, I left that room. So some of the people, so as I was saying, they started playing the Michael Jackson in the other room. So I left that room and went to the one with Michael Jackson. And when we did that, some people followed us. So we were in the other room, basically dancing to Michael Jackson, doing a bunch of the moves, as I'm sure you know what a lot of those are, and just having an absolute great time. I danced so much that night, I was basically crippled. My hips were hurting so much. I had to crawl back to the room. Now, for normal people, that would mean, oh, okay, I guess you're done for the rest of the cruise, right? Oh, no. Next night, right back on the floor. It was so bad, my hip was bothering me so much. I was like crawling to the dance floor. It was so bad, one of the kind workers like, well, do you need some help? I'm like, no, not at all. Just trying to get to the dance floor. So if I can have a dance, so if I can dance, that's what I'll be doing. So those mats, I love the way those look. So we finished with those. So now I'm going to move to the second palette. And this is the Aurora Cruise palette. This is the all shimmer palette that they have. And just look at these options here. They're so pretty. So I think I want to do kind of an orange and green look with this. So I'm going to start with the first shade, which is going to be Tile Reflections. Then I think I'm going to put a little Sparkling Sunset. And then maybe a touch of Sea Glass. And I think I may use some Dancing Sunlight. I may use some Dancing Sunlight in the inner corner. So first, let me swatch Tidal Reflections with this deep green color. It's very matte, very pretty. Next, we're doing Sparkling Sunset, which is an orange with some gold flecks in it. Then Sea Glass, which is a lighter green, which is so pretty, almost a chartreuse type of shade. And then Dancing Sunlight, which is a beautiful champagne color. And we're gonna put Tidal Reflections here on the outer part. And then I'm going to put Sparkling Sunset right next to it. Oh, look at that. That is so pretty. And try to merge those two together. And then I'm going to put Sea Glass right here on the inner part. Oh, I love that. I love that multi-dimensional shades we're getting there. I'm going back in a little bit more here. That's pretty. And then we'll put Dancing Sunlight just on the inner part. Oh, I love that. Look at that. So I'm gonna finish the other eye, clean it up, put on liner and lashes, and I'll be right back. So I'm back. This is the finished look. So I did use on my lower lash line, I used the mattes that I used on the upper lid. So in the inner corner, I put a little bit of sand prints. Just next to that, we had Coastal Fog. Then we followed it with Driftwood. And then Ocean Depths on the outer part of the lower lash line. I thought we would put on the highlighter together. So I'm gonna use Sunset Cruise today. I'm gonna swirl my brush all around. And then we're gonna just place it here. Woo! Wow, look at that color. And then we're gonna place some over here. Good, and then we're gonna buff that out. So obviously, if you want a bright shine, you can. So I'm gonna place that here. And we're gonna kind of shear that out just a little bit, because you can definitely see how bright that is. You can see that shimmery dim light a little bit. You can definitely see that highlight is so pretty. Now, obviously, I put it on pretty heavy. If you feel like you got a little too much, you can kind of buff it out a little here with the blush. And then put a little bit more of powder over it. But look at that. That is so pretty. All right. And I just want to also mention all the pans in these palettes are magnetic. So if you wanted to mix and match, if you want to make one palette with shimmers and mattes in it, you can. So that's a good option for you. So if you want to take some of the shades out, take them with you on a trip, like a cruise, you can go ahead and do that and make your perfect color story. So I truly impressed with this. Obviously, this is a new thing from the brand to have these highlighters, these multi-chrome highlighters, which are so pretty. I love the color story. Obviously, the mattes are very blendable. The shimmers are smooth, easy to apply. I'll have to come back at some point and let you know in the comments how this wore as far as creasing. But I will tell you, normally I don't have much trouble with Nomad Cosmetics shimmers and creasing. As far as the rest of my details, I am wearing the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. For my concealers, I use 3 of them. I use shades 15, 9, and 12 in the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Concealer line. My powder for today, I use the Hourglass. This is the Vanish Airbrush Pressed Powder in the shade Translucent Deep. Love this powder. Works well on my skin. I feel like it sets my makeup very well without changing the color. I don't feel lighter. I think it's a perfect shade for my skin tone. Really impressed with these powders. Love Hourglass. For my blush, I use the Masterclass by Jordan Liberty and Blend Buddy Cosmetics, and I use the shade Calvera, and that's a go-to shade for me. On the lips, I have the Dose of Colors. Now this isn't available anymore, but Dose of Colors and Naima Tang collaboration. I have the shade Chocolate Chip. And for my lip today, I have the Fenty oil in the shade Cocoa Cookie. It feels good on the lips, very hydrating, and I love the color that it gives. I felt it went very well given the orange shimmer I used on my lip. So thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do, please leave a like and a comment. And I would love if you would subscribe and come back because I plan to have more videos in the future. And just remember, enjoy your life. This is not a dress rehearsal. You're on stage. So make it your best performance ever. Bye, everyone.